I'm actually the most unromantic person you'll ever meet.
I haven't been selected till now. I've always gotten rejected.
Are you living your life for yourself or are you living your life so you can put it on social media?
इसका कोई मीनिंग नहीं है, ऐसा मैंने झूठ बोला हुआ है हर इंटरव्यू में. Hey guys, I'm Zaeden.
And I'm Amyra Dastur and you're watching us on Instant Bollywood.
वेलकम टू इंस्टेंट बॉलीवुड. अमायरा एंड ज़ैदन, आपका जो वीडियो एल्बम है उसके लिए बहुत वो जो सक्सेस हुआ है, कंग्रेचुलेशंस फॉर दैट.
Thank you so much, sir.
हाउ डिड द जर्नी स्टार्ट?
Journey coincidentally started with Amyra on Tere Bina. That was my first song as a singer. Before that, I was a DJ producer. It doesn't really happen with so many artists, but I feel so blessed to say this, that the first song that I put out has gotten so much love. In fact, till date, when I do my shows, Tere Bina gets like the loudest screams and people are singing along to that song. So yeah, that's how my journey started, and now it's led to Jaana, which is also linked to Tere Bina in some way.
I met him on Tere Bina only, and I remember he was such a bachcha when I met him. He didn't understand camera angles, didn't know what to do. He was so shy. He was like, "Is this okay? Is that okay?" And then for Jaana, you can see he's become so confident, and rightly so. And yeah, I mean, from the beginning only, from Tere Bina, I realized this boy is really going to do well. He's an amazing singer. The talent he has is wonderful.
Something about romance, like, what is your take on romance? Like, how you feel, being a young
Yes,
girl,
sir.
a young boy,
So the
और कुछ
thought-
अपनी कुछ पर्सनल लाइफ के बारे में कुछ होगा ऐसे, तो रोमांस के बारे में कुछ जानना
Personal
चाहेंगे.
life.
Sir, the thought behind Jaana was fighting for love. पहली बार ऐसा हुआ है कि एक thought गाने में बना. Usually I come up with melodies, वो voice notes बनते हैं. Voice notes के बाद you work with different collaborators, lyricists, producers, and that's my usual process. That's my go-to process. But Jaana के लिए यही था कि वो thought ही इतना मेरे को deep लगा, इतना अच्छा लगा, बहुत relatable लगा, because like of course in the music video I'm talking about fighting for love, fighting for Amyra basically in the music video.
I'm actually the most unromantic person you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't. First of all, I find romance very cheesy. Like, मुझे बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं
Same.
लगता. I find it. Oh, please, you look like you're so. He looks like that boy
Yeah.
who like put rose petals everywhere and
No,
light
no,
the
no,
candle.
I've
He
never done
That's so
literally-
nice actually, in fact.
For me, romance is like a really nice horror movie. I just want to watch people like being slashed and everything. I'm like, ooh, that's so cool. मैं हंसती हूँ romance पे थोड़ा. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean or morbid, but for me, Valentine's Day, I make fun of it. Like कि यार अगर आपको एक दिन चाहिए celebrate करने के लिए, I don't think you should be in a relationship because according to me, every day is a celebration.
Correct. ऐसा कभी कुछ हुआ होगा, you started liking someone, या maybe it could be anyone, like anyone around. It could be a hero.
I had a big
कभी
crush on Amyra
crush.
during Tere Bina.
Oh, देखो.
Honestly, I've had crushes, but you will never know if I have a crush on you. आपको कभी पता नहीं चले. For me, if I ever stood in front of Shah Rukh Khan sir, I think that's the time I wouldn't be able to speak, because him though, like for me, he is my childhood hero. I've grown up watching him. If you ask me what romance could be defined as, it would be Shah Rukh Khan.
Oh, that's
So,
nice. Actually, when Justin Bieber had come, like, you had done the opening at that time, like,
Yes,
so
sir.
if you try
You
to
did. I was there for that
yeah,
concert.
yeah,
You did
that
the
I was
opening?
still a बच्चा back then.
Oh, but then still, उसके बारे में कुछ थोड़ा बहुत हम जानना चाहेंगे.
So back then I was a DJ. I collaborated with Maroon 5 on their official remix, and I think that's something that led to that opening thing happened. And I'm a big Justin Bieber fan. In fact, like, it's my biggest dreams to work on a song with him. Not just because of his music. Of course, everyone likes Bieber songs, but I really relate to him on this spiritual level, and even his aesthetic with everything. He's someone that I really look up to. So that was a very, very big opportunity, and all the people who came out to support me, because I was playing an early set. I think मेरा set था 3 से 4, and still there were like 30,000 people out there. So it was amazing to see people not just support an international act who's so big, but like support their domestic artists as well. Yeah, one of the biggest moments of my life. I couldn't meet him though. वो सीधा show करते ही निकल गया था, but hopefully it's gonna happen one day.
You were a DJ. Then how did you come up with this name? एक artistic name होता है actually, एक performer का.
Yeah.
How did you come up with your name?
thought DJ Sahil wouldn't be cool.
Yeah, so I
I
thought,
think it's
yeah,
cool.
it's a very common name in India. My real name is Sahil Sharma, and back then when I was DJing, so बहुत सारे artists play करते थे एक festival, and I just wanted to stand out. So I was like, ये नाम बड़ा catchy लगा, इसका कोई meaning नहीं है. So मैंने झूठ बोला हुआ है हर interview में कि इसका out of the box thinking meaning है, पर ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. I just wanted to stand out on the posters and the flyers that were made. And I came up with Zaeden, and that was such a bad call because मेरा नाम last में आता था alphabetically जब flyers आते थे.
Amyra, something about, like, doing films and then doing albums also. Is it with a purpose? I've done films, and then after a certain time, like okay, something good comes, and I take up to videos back.
I've said no to a lot of songs also. I would say the strategy mostly for me, it's the same way I pick my films. If it's something I want to listen to, if it's something I want to watch, I will do it. Working with him is never going to be a difficult decision. Of course, like I don't even think he can create a bad song. Honestly, he's so
I have made
into
many bad songs.
Really?
But you've done lots of films also, like in down the south also.
Yeah.
I very choosy also because we get very less to see you. In fact, like so how do you pick up films, or do you feel that there's lots of competition also in the content? What these days are like,
I think it's a bit of both. I think today there is a lot of competition, but because of OTT, I think there's so much work out there. And for me, I've never been somebody to go after money. So when I do a film, when I do a song, when I do anything, it's never for the money. It's just pure passion. I love acting. And it's something I just love doing. So for me, I choose films which have a very strong script, which have a very strong team behind it. Fortunately, I've been lucky to work with very big heroes, but I don't look at the hero and say, okay, I'll do this movie. For me, like I said, it's the script, it's something I would like to do, and I like spending time on one project. I'm not someone who can shoot 2-3 projects at one time.
But do you believe, like, many times people say, I don't go to ask work, But do you feel that, I personally feel it's, what's wrong in that? Like just, casual talk, and there are lots of people, nahi, main kisi ke office nahi aata aur main kisi se kaam nahi mangta.
I message people all the time. If there's a project that I've heard of that I really want to do, I'll try to find the director's number or the casting director's number, and I'll put in a message saying, listen, can I please audition for it?
Correct. Yeah, it should be like that.
And a lot of people today, they do that. I don't see any issues with that.
Anyway, Zaeden, we're talking about, हमने सुना है कि आप कुछ थोड़ा बहुत acting की तरफ आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, तो किस तरह से acting के लिए तैयारी चल रही है?
So I'm just doing a bunch of workshops right now. Even with my transition from being a DJ and a producer and now a singer. I think the foundation is very, very important. I don't want to get into anything half-heartedly or unprepared. Even with singing, I learn every day. I'm not the best singer out there, but I, express myself through my songs. I try the best. In my structure, I would say it's very important to create your own structure. There is no right or wrong way. So that's what I want to do with acting as well. If मेरे पास एक blueprint नहीं है, so I'm looking at everything from a different perspective. But of course, like getting my foundation right, preparing for it, getting into it, like fully prepared, as I said. So yeah, that's the idea, and hopefully next year people will see that.
It's any singer's ultimate aim, I think, is like एक Hindi film या कोई फिल्मों में गाना गाना.
Yes, sir.
That gives you a big canvas. That is also your dream, like and
yes,
you're looking out for something.
So now, very recently, one of my songs called "Kahun To Main Bhi Kya" got picked up for Mismatch 2. The main sequence in that is on my song. We have one more song which is getting synced to a project which I can't talk about right now, but it's on Netflix. A film is open to taking my song in my voice. That is one thing I'm strict about. I don't want like some other person to sing my song. And in fact, मैंने 2-3 जगह गाया भी है, like even with the singing, produce a music director send the same song to different singers. I haven't been selected till now. I've always gotten rejected. but yeah, that is a learning. So I see that as a positive thing. Pushes me to work harder on my craft, and I wish to do the same with the acting as well.
Amyra, आपकी एक short film आ रही है, The Influencer, something on that also.
So it's called Influencer Life, and the character's name is Karina. And it's basically about how social media can sort of lead you to do things that you're very desperate to do. And I feel today, in today's day and age, social media, हम खो जाते हैं social media में. It's a thing. Everything is on social media. You've got your news, you've got spottings, you've got this, you've got that. And for me, I'm the opposite. I'm somebody who doesn't try to get so engrossed with social media, but this girl does, and it shows you the kind of desperation and the kind of limits that she's prepared to cross in order to become the best influencer in India.
So it's like a very hard hitting message also, like
I think it's a very relevant topic today. Ultimately, are you living your life for yourself, or are you living your life so you can put it on social media?
Yeah, but everyone knows about this thing. Actually, see, everyone will agree. But I think so. Okay, it's like an addiction also. You can say it.
Of course,
it's no.
Absolutely.
So, what would your message to you? In fact, like to all the youngsters.
Ultimately, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's not real. I mean, here, yes, people do have great lives, but they've also got another side of their life which you have to acknowledge behind every smile there could be a little sadness also. So for me, if I had a message to give to people, especially the younger generation, don't believe everything you see and always be true to yourself. The more honest you are with yourself, the easier your life will be.
अच्छा Amyra, do you feel कि as we're talking about competition, आप किसको competition में देखते हो, like कि ये कोई competition है मेरे लिए?
See, I wouldn't say competition, but there are actresses who really inspire me. One is a Priyanka, one is a Deepika, another is an Alia. I look up to these girls because I feel they've broken barriers.
If there is anything like which you really have a like bucket list, जिसमें there may be lots of things, but on a priority basis, which is the one which like you feel like ये role I want to do or something like.
I really want to do an action film. I've always wanted to do a really nice, proper action film. So that's on my bucket list right now.
Zaeden, something about.
So I'm actually working on my album right now. 2nd July is my birthday, and I released my last album on my birthday as well, which did really well. We've hit like 100 million streams on an independent album. No label support, no nothing, and just feel truly blessed for that. Thank you to all the people. And I want to put out one more album on 2nd July, hopefully no delays. And yeah, that's what's next.
How is it like performing in a concert, in fact? Like, it's a live thing, and how much energy it gives,
All thanks to independent music, sir. Like, there's so many singers out there. One of my dear friends, Anuv, he's so inspiring at this moment, and his music is so inspiring. When you see him sing for like 20,000 people, and people are singing his songs back to him, it's just like, as an artist, that means everything to us. It just reminds us why we're doing what we do. So I've been very lucky to be a heavy performer. I don't even call myself a singer. I'm just like always I call myself a performer. I'm just running around the stage all the time, singing all my songs. And I think that, just tangibly being there in front of people just gives you a different kind of experience, different kind of feeling that I genuinely can't put into words.
One last question, like Women's Day is coming, like any cause, which is dear to you, like, which is close to your heart, which you really want to work on it, like वो कुछ ऐसा रहेगा? And
I think with COVID and the lockdown, the cases of domestic violence actually really blew up in India, which is something that concerned me a lot. So I would just say to all those women in situations like that, please reach out. Do not be scared to reach out for help, because I promise you there will be so many people willing and ready to help you, but you have to just ask for it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.